Hi guys, this is Cy from Sini Software. This is our product overview video. I'm just going to briefly go through all the plugins that we offer right now and what's coming out next month. Main tools, our productivity tools, start out with the whole Ignite tool set, which comes with basically anything from copying, pasting, scripts, play blast, measurement tools, object replace tools, pivot tools, renaming, searching, finding instances, replacing, gluing. There's a whole sort of plethora of tools that are in here. Now, also what comes with Ignite is our forensic tool, which is our scene checker. We also have our sculpt tool, which is our mesh and poly tools. We have our scribe, which is our spline tools. We have our HDRI wizard, which is basically loading and importing in HDRIs from your library tool. We have Jumble, which is our random selection and transform tool. We have Unite, which is our archiving and relinking tool. And we have a basic smaller pivot tool as well. So all these tools here, all these plugins individually, and they're not scripts, they're all C++ plugins. They all come with the Ignite tool set. Also with that, then we have our plugin tools. So we have Proxy is our universal proxy that works with most of the render engines. Proxy you can save as an internal external file. The different display settings, of course, to like any other proxy. We do have a built-in color and texture variation in proxies, so if you have 30 of these or all instances, you can get actually a color shift or slight change in your textures. We also have camera clipping and exclusion splines built into proxy. And the last thing is you can encrypt down a proxy. So I can say I want this to render until the 1st of January 2019. And so if I throw in a password here and lock this proxy down, now this proxy is locked, so you wouldn't be able to actually render this after the date. If I was to export this out, it would come out with 0 faces and 0 verts, so you can protect your IPs with this. Next up is our Cyclone, which is our parametric modeler. So it's basically a replacement for sweep. Just scattering objects and sweeping objects down along a spline. It is parametric. It has built-in mapping to replace the bad mapping in sweep. Nice, easy tool to use. Very simple interface. Just simply add your objects or your shapes and scatter them along the spline. So any object in here you can just simply reposition around in the mesh. So yeah, very easy tool to use. If you understand how to use sweep, you'll understand how to use Cyclone. Our next is our disperse tool. So disperse itself is our painting tool. So you'd be able to actually go into the scene, say select objects that you want to paint, and you can simply just paint them in your scene. As soon as you're done with that brush stroke, it adds it to the single mesh of disperse. We can also use it to replace replace objects in your scene. So I have these single symbols from a CAD, and if I wanted to take these trees and say I want to replace it with those type, it'll actually go and replace objects in your scene. You have the ability to paint in a certain direction as well, so I can actually just paint all my trees into a direction if I had cars or people walking down the street. And then my erase function, so I can simply go through my erase function, and I can go through erase stuff in my scene that I have selected. So if I just wanted to erase a certain type of object, I could. So it's basically a paint anywhere in your scene. It'll paint on objects. Very easy tool to use and very convenient for putting cars or people or trees in your scene. And then last is our scatter tool, and look for that at the end of the month. We'll be doing a beta release of this. It's a very simple, easy to use scatter tool with the great painting stuff that we have in Disperse. We've also added into our scattering tool. So you're actually not just painting exclusion splines, you'll be able to paint individual objects or remove certain ones that you have scattered. You'll be able to erase certain objects without erasing everything. So look for that in the future. All you need to do to test any of these products is just go to sinisoftware.com or sinisoftware.net and simply just go over here to the register button, press the new register banner, and sign up to our site, and you'll be able to simply just go in and beta test any of this stuff. Well, actually do a trial of any of our live stuff for a month. So feel free to go in and do that. And also, one thing to remember is our forensic tool, which is our scene checker. That's free for everybody to use, and we keep maintaining this. So even if you didn't buy anything, just simply go to our website, sign up, download, and you'll be able to use forensic right away in your scenes. Thanks a lot, guys, and see you.